Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS FANS. Let's get to the news as we dive into the latest updates on the Atlanta Falcons. It's impossible not to feel the buzz around this team, especially after a very interesting offseason. The Falcons have been making strategic moves, and if you've been following them closely, you already know that their focus has been on strengthening what's arguably their most crucial unit, the defense. And I mean, when you talk about the Falcons, the defense has been a mixed bag in recent years. But this season, it looks like they're really committed to turning things around, especially in their pass rush and secondary. Now, if you're an Atlanta fan, you've probably been waiting to see some big signings, some game-changing moves, and I can tell you, they've definitely been busy. Recently, they made a significant addition to their secondary, bringing in a player who's quite familiar with the league's high-stakes environment. That player is none other than C.J. Henderson, a former first-round pick from the 2020 NFL Draft. Yes, the same C.J. Henderson who was selected 9th overall by the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's a name that carries weight, and it signals the Falcons are serious about bolstering their defensive backfield. Henderson's been around the league for a few seasons now, and while he's had his ups and downs, he's still only 25 years old, with plenty of athleticism and potential to tap into. The Falcons are reportedly planning to sign him pending his medical review, according to NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, which is always a crucial step in these negotiations. And honestly, this move could be a real game-changer for the Falcons' secondary, which has some talented players, but needs depth and experience to really compete at a high level. Now, let's rewind a bit and look at what the Falcons have been doing in the draft, because their recent picks are also telling us a lot about their strategic direction. In the first round, they focused heavily on pass rushers, selecting Jalon Walker and James Pierce Jr., both of whom have shown in training camp that they're ready to contribute for years to come. These guys are young, fast, and aggressive, perfect for a team that wants to get to the quarterback more consistently. Improving that pass rush has been a priority for Atlanta because, let's face it, a dominant front can elevate an entire defense. If they can pressure the quarterback effectively, it will give their secondary more opportunities to make plays, intercept passes, and create turnovers. That's exactly what you want when you're trying to turn a good defense into a great one. But it's not just about the pass rush. The Falcons have also been investing in their secondary in the draft, selecting players like Xavier Watts and Billy Bowman Jr. Later on, these guys are young and have a lot of potential, and with Henderson now added to the mix, the secondary is shaping up to be a real strength. And speaking of the secondary, during recent joint practices with the Tennessee Titans, the Falcons really caught some attention. It wasn't just about the drills or the plays, it was about how well their secondary performed against a tough opponent. The Titans players, including Chig Okonkwo, pointed out that the Falcons' secondary is really good, emphasizing that the unit's strength is their secondary and how it's the backbone of their defense. That's high praise coming from an opposing team, especially considering the Titans have a solid offensive unit themselves. Okonkwo added that it's a great challenge for their quarterback, Cam Ward, to face those looks and coverages. So this isn't just idle talk, it's a clear indication that the Falcons' secondary is on the rise, and with the addition of Henderson, they're looking even more formidable. They already have some stars like Jesse Bates, III, and AJ Terrell, who are proven playmakers, but they also have young guys like Mike Hughes, Deal Ford, DeMarco Helms, and Clark Phillips III, all of whom can make plays and provide depth. If Henderson can step in and prove his worth, especially at the nickel position, the Falcons could have a secondary that rivals some of the best in the league. Now, let's talk about what this means for the upcoming season, because it's not just about individual players or signings, it's about the overall vision of the team. The Falcons' coaching staff, led by their head coach, has been emphasizing a balanced approach, a fierce pass rush combined with a lockdown secondary. If they can establish pressure on the quarterback like they've been aiming for, and if Henderson can seamlessly fit into their defensive schemes, the Falcons could be a real problem for offenses across the league. It's all about execution, and with the talent they've assembled, they're certainly capable of making that leap. The AFC South might have a new contender in the mix, and the NFC South, as always, remains highly competitive. But Atlanta's focus on improving their defense, especially with these strategic acquisitions and draft picks, indicates they're serious about contending for playoff spots and maybe even a deep postseason run. It's about consistency, discipline, and execution, but the talent is clearly there. And if everything clicks, the Falcons could surprise a lot of people this year. Now, I want to highlight something important. The NFL is a league where the margins are thin, where a single play can change everything, and this move to bring C.J. Henderson into the fold might just be that difference maker for Atlanta. His experience, combined with the young, talented group they're building around him, especially with their draft picks like Jalon Walker and James Pierce Jr., creates a competitive environment that can elevate the entire defense. This is the kind of strategic move that can turn a good team into a great one, especially when you consider how important pass pressure and secondary coverage are in today's NFL, where the passing game dominates. The Falcons are clearly aiming to be aggressive, to disrupt opponents' offenses, and to keep the ball out of the hands of their rivals. They've made it clear that they're not just content with being decent, they want to be among the best. And this move to sign Henderson, along with their draft picks, signals a team that's ready to take a major step forward. So as we look ahead to the season, it's exciting to imagine what this Falcons defense could become. The blend of youth, talent, and experience makes them a team to watch. With Henderson's signing, they're adding that extra piece of veteran savvy and athleticism that could be the key in close games. Plus, their training camp battles and practice reports show a motivated team with clear goals. They're working hard to perfect their schemes, and the chemistry is building. It's a promising sign for Falcons fans who have been waiting for their team to turn the corner. Remember, the NFL season is a marathon, not a sprint, but the foundation is being laid now in the offseason. The front office, coaching staff, and players all seem aligned in their vision, a dominant, aggressive defense that can frustrate offenses and create turnovers. If they can get consistent pressure on the quarterback, especially with players like James Pierce Jr. and Jalon Walker rushing the passer, and if Henderson can lock down at nickel and provide veteran leadership, the Falcons will be in a strong position to challenge in their division and beyond. The NFC South is wide open, and with these moves, Atlanta is positioning itself as a serious contender. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on all these moves? Do you believe Henderson will be the difference they need in the secondary? Are you excited about the draft picks like Walker and Pierce Jr.? How do you see this team shaping up for the upcoming season? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Atlanta Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. We're in this together, and I can't wait to see what this team accomplishes next. Remember, the season is just around the corner, and with all these strategic moves, the Falcons are definitely a team to watch. Thanks for sticking with me, and as always, go Falcons!